The presentation is on IATA and ICAO, which are two aviation regulatory bodies. IATA stands for the International Air Transport Association. It is a trade association of the world's airlines, which was founded in 1945. About IATA, IATA has been described as a cartel since, in addition to setting technical standards for airlines, IATA also organized tariff conferences that served as a forum for price fixing, consisting, as per in 2016, of 290 airlines, primarily major carriers, representing 117 countries. The ITA's member airlines account for carrying approximately 82% of total available seat miles air traffic. ITA supports airline activity and helps formulate industry policy and standards. It is headquartered in Canada in the city of Montreal with executive offices in Geneva, Switzerland. History of IATA. IATA was formed in April 1945 in Havana, Cuba. It is the successor to the International Air Traffic Association, which was formed in 1919 at The Hague, Netherlands. At its founding, IATA consisted of 57 airlines from 31 countries. Much of IATA's early work was technical, and IATA provided input to the newly created International Civil Aviation Organization, that is ICAO, which was reflected in the annexes of the Chicago Convention, the international treaty that still ignores the technical of international air transport today. In the late 1940s, ITA started holding conferences to fix prices for international air travel. In 1947, ITA operated as a cartel charged by the governments with setting a fixed fare structure that avoided price competition. In 1982, ITA was described as the World Aviation Central Cartel. ITA enjoyed immunity from antitrust law in several nations. In 2006, the United States Department of Justice adopted an order withdrawing the antitrust immunity of ITA tariff conferences. In March 2020, corona pandemic it interrupted routine flights around the world. In the immediate aftermath, most airlines, because of the physical distancing policies implemented by national governments, reduced their seat loading by eliminating the sale of the middle seat in a row of three. This reduction averaged out to a load factor of 62% normal, well below the ITA industry break-even level of 77%. The focus area of ITA are divided into five parts. One is safety, simplifying business, environment, services, and publication standards. Safety involves ITA states that safety is its number one priority. The main instrument for safety is the ITA Operational Safety Audit, that is IOSA. IOSA has also been mandated at the state level by several countries. In 2016, aviation posted its safest year ever, surpassing the previous record set in 2012. The new global Western built jet accident rate became the equivalent of one accident every 73.6 million flights. The future improvements will be founded on data sharing with a database fed by a multitude of sources and housed by the Global Safety Information Center. In June 2014, the ITA set up a special panel to study measures to track aircraft in flight in real time. Next is simplifying business. Simplifying the business was launched in 2004 This initiative was introduced a number of crucial concepts to passenger travel, including the electronic ticket and the coded boarding pass. Many other innovations are being established as part of the Fast Travel Initiative, including a range of self service baggage options. Third is environment. ITA members and all industry stakeholders have uh, three sequential environmental goals. One was an average improvement in fuel efficiency of 1.5% per annum from 2009 through 2020, a cap on net carbon emissions from aviation from 2020, and third was a 50% reduction in net aviation carbon emissions by 2050 relative to 2005. For these services, ITA provides consulting and training services in many areas. And coming up to publication standards, a number of standards are defined under the umbrella of ITA. One of the most important is the transport of dangerous goods, that is hazmat. Coming to the topic ICAO, the International Civil Aviation Organization is what termed as ICAO. It's a specialized agency of the United Nations. It changes the principles and techniques of international air navigation and fosters the planning and development of international air transport to ensure safety and orderly growth. Its headquarters is located in Quebec. ICAO Council adopts standards and recommended practices concerning air navigation, its infrastructure, flight inspection, prevention of unlawful interference, and facilitation of border crossing procedures for international civil aviation. ICAO defines the protocol of air accident navigation that are followed by transport safety authorities in countries signatory to the Chicago Convention on International Civil Aviation. ICAO is distinct from other international air transport organizations, particularly because it is alone is vested with the international authority. There are other organizations like IATA, CANSO, ANSPS. History of ICAO. The forerunner to ICAO was the International Commission of Air Navigation. It held its first convention in 1903 in Berlin, Germany, but no agreements were reached among the 8 countries that attended. Later, 52 countries signed the Chicago Convention on International Civil Aviation, also known as Chicago Convention. It was in 7 December 1944. The 26th country ratified the convention on 5th March 1947, and consequently, PICAO was disestablished in April 1947 and replaced by ICAO, which began operations the same day. Then there are ICAO standards. ICAO also standardizes certain functions for use in the airline industry, as such as aeronautical message handling system. This makes it a standard organization. ICAO also standardizes certain functions for use in the airline industry, such as uh, AMHS, as already briefed. This makes it a standard organization. ICAO defines an international standard atmosphere, also known as ICAO Standard Atmosphere. It has aeronautical information publication. It is again based on the standards defined by ICAO. ICAO is active in infrastructure management, including the communication, navigation, and surveillance. ICAO management system, that is CNS and ATM systems, which employ digital technologies like satellite systems in order to maintain a seamless global air traffic management system. Investigations of air disasters that ICAO also takes care of and handles is the most air accidents investigations are carried out by an agency of a country that is associated in some way with the accident. For example, the Air Accidents Investigation Branch conducts accident investigation on behalf of British government. ICAO has conducted 4 investigations involving air disasters of which two were passenger airliners shot down while in international flight over hostile territory. One was Libyan Arab Airlines Flight 114, Korean Airlines Flight 007, UTA Flight 772, and the 1996 shoot down of Brothers to the Rescue aircraft.